All right. So, Coach Yanni, again, with us for our August coaching chat, our leadership coaching chat. And last month we talked about how to watch out for signs of burnout, how to prevent your team from getting burnt out. How do you, as a leader, deal with this and address it? And that was, I think, very time appropriate for July. And one of the things, a question I had for you, and it's led into some other questions that we'll start with today. This is going to be about where are the employees going? As a leader, what do I do with that? What does that mean for my business? And so let's dive into this from a leadership perspective and talk about how it's affecting our business, how it's affecting our existing team, and where are they going? Let's start with, so where are these employees going? How do we know? I mean, it's not like people disappeared. It's like the rapture happened or something and we got left behind. I don't know what's going on here, but where are they going, Yanni?
Eric, I'm really glad you asked that. And I need everybody to understand that COVID did multiple things. It changed the way we do business, right? If you go back
Yeah.
20 years, if you go back 20 years, the internet changed the way we do business,
Yeah.
right? Nobody was, oh, you have a website? What, you must be making millions. Nobody has a website. Now, if you don't have a website, it's like, do you exist? Are you even a
Are
human?
you in business?
Yeah, yeah. Right. I mean, literally, it's the birth certificate. A website is the birth certificate of business now. So when COVID hit, it caused businesses, right? We had this almost global shutdown and people had to go remote. Well, that opened up a lot of eyes because businesses were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm paying for a building, I'm paying for food, I'm paying for coffee and heating and gas and lighting. I don't have to pay for any of that. You're going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get the same or more production out of you. Why would I call you back? Now, some people, I don't want to get into the debate of call back or not call back, right? We can go down that road, but a lot of organizations, but once you took those restraints off, well, now anybody in the world can work for your company, and you as an employee can work for anybody else in the world.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
it did was it turned a localized market into a statewide market, a national market, a global market.
And from my industry, from the dental industry side, you're thinking, well, you're not doing what you're doing with somebody overseas. They went to a totally different profession. I have a hygienist, and well, I don't have a hygienist, but a client's hygienist basically retired from hygiene, making very good money to go sell jewelry that she makes on Etsy. Like a simple, basic explanation of this.
Eric, that's exactly right. People went, wait a minute. And that's the other, so it's a perfect intro because the other thing that people did is they're like, okay, I'm at home. I'm not doing my job. Now watch this, right? That's the force that could do their job remotely. The people who couldn't do their job remotely, they're sitting at home and they're going, well, what do I do?
Hmm.
Now's the chance to start that business I've wanted to start.
I was already at home sitting around doing nothing, making some free money.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no brainer. I get
And
it.
so what happens is, and again, why is that? Well, why wouldn't it have worked before? Why is it working now? Because instead of them, listen to the mindset. I'm selling my jewelry to my friends and my neighbors and the people in town. Okay, what do you have? A couple 100,000 potential customers. But now I'm sitting at home and nobody can go anywhere. All 7.5 billion of us are tooling around on the internet, and now your customer base is massive. So these companies have sprung up overnight. Ooh, forgive me
Yep,
for that.
yep.
That are tied to a much bigger economy.
Yeah.
You can't find. Look, do you know why you can't find hygienists? Because they're not hygienists anymore.
Mm.
They own the company that you're. Listen to what Eric just said. You're, and I'm going to kind of make this smaller than it is, but we're not that far off. Your hygienist now owns the company that your spouse just bought jewelry from online.
Yeah.
That's where your hygienist is.
I worry about the product sales companies with the physical space, because so many people just go online to buy things now. You know, the Amazonification of what we do is, I'm worried. I mean, you know, I'm a sneakerhead. I used to go into Foot Locker and look at the shoes and pick what I want. I go into Foot Locker now and I look at it, I go, man, there's nothing in here. There's nothing I'd want in here. I can go online and buy what I really want. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
It is, and this is what Walmart and Best Buy did. In fact, I just finished. I was a guest speaker, subject matter leadership expert, guest speaker at a business forum, and we were talking about how businesses made pivots. Right. So this, if you look at what Walmart did, Walmart wasn't offering delivery. Now they're offering delivery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But when Amazon got big, what did Walmart do? They formed their own type of Amazon environment, and it took.
Yeah.
Why didn't Best Buy go the route of Circuit City? Because Best Buy formed an online environment.
Yeah.
And it took. Okay, you can't do people's teeth online.
Yes, this is correct.
Right, we get that. We get that. However, there, I would encourage most of your dentists to take a step back and look at what can and can't be done online. I would challenge them. What can and can't be done online, right?
Right away. I mean, right away from COVID, we started doing Zoom consultations right away. Full mouth. The patient's more relaxed in their home. They're not nervous at the dental office with the white coat syndrome. And we're not risking a lot of time. We're doing it at the end of the day, 4:30 to 5 type meeting. And we're not risking a, cancellation or no show with this person, because it's not that much time dedicated to it. I can share my screen, show the record, show the before and after. So we're getting great results from the virtual consultation. Yeah.
So if I'm a dentist, Eric, this is so interesting, right? Let's talk about a little business strategic planning. I'm a dentist. I've got a practice. Maybe I've got 2 locations. Open a virtual location. Hire another dentist. Open a virtual location. Why? Because you just listen. Let's go full circle. Let's say that you're in the state of California and you're in, we'll pick a big metro market. You're down in LA Metro. Okay. You've got 30, 40 million people to choose from. That's a good market population. Now, are you licensed in any other states to do dentistry? Okay, let's say you're not. But by going virtual, you've just opened the entire rest of California's population.
Or the country. I mean, we have clients where the patients are flying to their location because of what they do. And why fly to me when I can just set up a virtual meeting with you now, when you're in Illinois and I'm in California, but you like what I do, you've heard great things about me. Let's set up a meeting and do it. Okay.
And Eric, you could even listen to how you could broach this. You could even say, look, we're down in LA Metro. This is what we do. This is how we help the community. But we have a heart to reach the rural areas with the highest level of dental care that the stars get in LA. So we're coming to you. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that but see, here's the problem. And we've talked about this and I'm not trying to be mean to the listeners, but we've talked about this in other shows that we've done. Sometimes you have to let somebody help you stop thinking like a dentist and start thinking like a business owner.
Yeah.
And the product doesn't matter, right? This is what you have to do. This is the world that you're starting. Well, everybody has to come in and do dental. Maybe.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. As leaders, I've got these employees leaving. They've left to go to the virtual world. The workforce is sparse. I'm putting more demand on my existing team members, but they're faithful. They've been here. I appreciate them. From a leadership standpoint, What should I be doing to find employees, and how do I make sure I don't lose any more employees?
Yeah. And I want to add a question to that.
Yeah.
That ties this all together.
Okay.
Why should I care?
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Right.
Let's start with that. Why should you care about that? Let's start there.
Okay. So it's a good point. The entire reason, by the way, everybody that's listening, the entire reason that we're talking with you about this is because we're trying to help your dental practice drive and affect the bottom line. And so we wanted to start with some positive ideas, right? Here and in answering the question, where have all the employees gone? The employees have done what we're telling you to do. They used COVID as a chance to think like a business owner, and it took off.
Yeah.
Right. So now maybe you're like, it's just too tough for me. Fine, get help. But you should care, because what's coming is a consolidation of the in-person. I need you to sit with that sentence for it. It doesn't matter the industry. It does not matter the industry. What's coming is a consolidation of the in-person, right? We saw this with department stores. Departments, 100 years ago, grocery stores, departments, there were stores for everything. There was the bakery and the candlestick maker and the butcher. I got that one backwards. Don't hold me up. Sorry, guys. I know I should know this. I have children. Okay, a child. But what happened was the advent of technology, the changing of how people buy, and it started to consolidate. And nobody goes to the baker anymore. You go to the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, we talked about Walmart and pivots. Walmart a few years ago said, wait a minute, hold on. We're selling them car parts and underwear. I'll bet you we can get them to walk out with eggs and milk with that car parts and underwear. If
hopefully,
I went back and
hopefully they weren't buying car parts in their underwear. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's true. Although, okay, I won't go there. That's too tempting. It's too tempting.
Good job avoiding the bait. Good job.
I am. I'm trying to be good. If I went back 25 years in time and said, look, you're going to buy your groceries in Walmart, people would have said, you're out of your ever-loving mind.
Yeah.
We do it all the time now.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's just to stop by. Why? Because Walmart saw the trend, and as the famous Wayne Gretzky is famous for saying, I never skated where the puck was, I skated where the puck was going.
It's going to be, yeah.
There's a consolidation of the in-person. And what that means is we're not talking about making more or less money. We're talking about the slow decline of active in-person of whatever you do. Mm-hmm. Well, eventually they have to come in. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. But they're going to come in to the people that they trust and know, which is the people that they've interacted with online.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In marketing and business, are you well, yeah, I'm kind of struggling to get clients. I'm just keeping the ones I have. That's because the smart business is putting the leader stuff online. Hey, let me get to know you online. I don't need to come down. All the lead magnets are web-based. It's building trust. Now they're coming into your shop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is what they're doing. This is why Walmart has pickup. Why would any store have pickup in store? Because I want you to come into my store. I want you to get into the habit. I'm going to win you online, bring you into the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So what does this have to do with employees? Now it's a competition. And if you're not willing to compete, it's going to be strike two against you. Hmm. And here's, listen to me. If you're only going to compete at the pay level, you're going to lose out.
So I want to make sure people hear that. We're not just talking about increasing the pay from that, not just that part. What else should we add to it? What else is it?
Maybe add to it, and maybe more importantly to get started, is the culture.
Yep.
The culture that you create. It's an old Chinese proverb, maybe an old Chinese axiom. The rulers, the emperors, would pay attention to the music being produced. And if the music was sorrowful, the emperors knew that their people were in trouble.
They were listening to the culture, basically.
They were listening to the culture.
Yeah.
So let me give you a couple tips. Do you hear laughter coming out of the chair?
Yeah. Laughter in your office, or is it a library? And yep, exactly.
Right. Because here's the thing. It's not just your employees that feel that way. Your clients feel the same way. It's the same culture. Your clients are walking into the culture you've created. They will not come back. So do you know how much it costs you to get a new client?
Yeah.
Are you willing to pay that money and then send them down the rabbit hole they're never out the back door, and
they're one and done and they're gone?
Yeah. Or even 2 or 3 and done.
Yeah.
So my wife came home, and our dentist is growing now watch this. Our dentist is growing so much that he's not seeing everybody when he should. He just doesn't have the time.
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I said, oh, no. Because what happens is he's growing so fast.
Yeah.
He could have that's the death blow to his business.
You're a victim of your own success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eric, that's exactly it. So you can't look and say, hold on, I've been a dentist for 20 years or 10 years. I've been doing this. I know what I'm doing. The entire game has changed. The entire game has changed. And so if your culture, if it's quiet and people aren't laughing, then you know what? That's the first place to start.
Totally agree. And here's the thing. We're literally in the business of making people smile. Shouldn't people be smiling? I totally agree. Culture is essential, and it's just not given the attention it needs to be improved and to be paid attention to. Hey, are we laughing? Were we laughing yesterday? Or were we making people laugh? Were we encouraging people to laugh? Not laughing at people, but bringing them into that laughter.
Yeah,
totally agree.
And what do you do anything on their birthday? Do you give them, hey, I know you were going through something rough. Hey, a little card. I wanted you to know I'm thinking about you. Here's a $50 gift card. When the business is going well, do you splurge? Do you do nights out? Hey, once a quarter, we're just going to take the staff out, or we're going to go to Top Golf, or we're going to.
Yep.
If you're not doing any of that, listen to me. You have forgotten that a business is a constant investment. You're thinking like a dentist, not a business owner. A business is a constant investment. When you paid for every single chair that you now own.
Yeah.
Why? Because you invested in yourself. And what we do is we get this beautiful and immaculate looking office, and then for some reason we stop investing. Stop it right now.
So true. I love my equipment. I love the new chairs. And then it's like, okay, I built my physical plant. Everybody will just show up now.
Yeah, this is not Field of Dreams. And maybe that was the economy back then. Sorry, for those of you under 30, it's a movie where if you build it,
they will come.
Yeah. Right. So let's talk about pay, though.
Yeah.
Because increasing pay is going to directly come out of your bottom line and your profits. I get that.
Yeah.
100% do I get that. But a business is a constant investable entity.
And what's more costly, replacing someone and constantly training them, or keeping well-trained staff who have great attitudes, well-trained team who have great attitudes? That's really what this is about. And you're not going to overpay. That's for sure. That's why we look at the numbers. We're going to make sure it's a fair win-win. And here's the other thing I would just add to this. There are going to be some business owners out there who overpay, and it's going to be the detriment of their business. They're going to really, really, really struggle. So,
and Eric, not to switch the interview of this, but why do you say that?
Because here's what's happening. They are so desperate. They are cherry picking employees from other offices, and they're way overpaying, overshooting the mark. And they are typically offices that are in network with low fees, low revenue models, go, 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 go. And either those people who took the bigger money went, wow, the grass isn't greener, and they will have to leave. Or that business is going to say, hey, we got to give you a pay cut. We got to lay you off or whatever, because they can't work at that model. It just isn't possible. And there's only so much margin in each dental office.
So let me give you a secret, because you talked about headhunting. I'm having conversations all the time about headhunting. I literally just had it with a top level leader just a few moments before we jumped on this.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to miss what Eric said. There's a staff shortage.
Yeah.
And so you're looking, now watch this. Your staff is working harder. They're working a little more hours. They're taking on a little bit more. They're devoted and they're there, and you appreciate them. Now watch this. You can actually sell and headhunt on the culture.
Yeah.
Because everybody is in the same boat, but everybody over there is annoyed and pissed off, and this sucks.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is say, listen, I'm telling you, the grass is green over here. Just come meet some of my employees.
Yeah. Come hang out with us for a day.
Come hang out with us for a day.
Those places where they're not laughing and they're grumpy, they are great referral sources for people who are willing to take less money to come work in a great environment. I see it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Or honestly, bump them up a dollar an hour, or bump them up, give them more incentives. The other place that you can do this, give them the exact same pay, maybe bump them a little bit, offer them this incredible culture. And then on the backside, when they sell for you, when they do the things, when they drive revenue, when they do the upsells, give them a bigger margin.
Well, yeah, a bonus or whatever it might be. Yeah. Give people control of their raise. I love the profit sharing model. There's so many ways you can do this and establish a bonus that's healthy for the business and healthy for the employee. This is good. This is good stuff.
Eric, I want to talk to you, and I know we're getting there on time, but I want to talk to you about colleges.
Okay.
Nobody picks a college because it costs more. Now, sometimes people will pick a college because it costs less, but I want you to watch human behavior. Why have we been talking about student debt for years and years and years? Because people were willing to pay more because of the culture of that particular school.
Yeah.
They felt like they fit.
It's a fandom almost. I've seen them growing up. I've heard stories. I've made a connection, the location I love, whatever it is. Yeah.
If you build a culture and you have people come in and tour the campus.
Yeah.
And just sit with us for a bit and meet the rest of the employees. Your employees want them to come because they need the break. They need to not be overworked. Your employees need this. And at the same time, they're going to go, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to be here. You can win on culture.
Yeah.
But you have to start building culture.
Yeah. You have to be on purpose about it. Everybody has culture on accident or on purpose. Love it. We could talk about this for days. This is why coaching is available, because there's more to say here. It has to be specific to your leadership style, to your culture, to your team. So reach out to us and we will obviously be willing to help you work on your leadership skills and develop them in a way that's healthy for your team and your business and yourself. Thanks, Yanni.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Eric.